Yo, what up? It's Jay Reacts. Back with another reaction. But this time I'm gonna react to Brother Sanchez and the God Killer, the pseudo killer. Uh Man, these Pan Africans, bro. Ooh, they want our minds over there in Africa so much. Nah, bro. But they debating. They're gonna debate. Do we come from monkeys? That's what believe. And they call Brother Sanchez the flat earth guy. But he's gonna debunk that. I haven't seen the whole video. I've seen him, starting a little bit, but I wanted to react to that shit. Just, live. I mean, not live, but not looking at it already. I want to see where they go. I want to see where they go from here. What Brother where he gonna come from here, because he already got beat up by unbiased Ron. Unbiased Ron already beat him up. But let me get into this, man. We're gonna react to this video. Them going, they had a debate the other day. Let's see. My bad.
No, I see Ankh. This is the thing. It's
okay. So now we can start over with the
There we go. You want it like
hold on.
this?
Let me do something real quick. Okay, so yeah, now we can start over with the time.
Right. Can you see Sanchez?
I can on the big screen, yeah.
Yes, I can see him now. He's good. He's good.
Right. So as I said, it's like whoever talks will show up on the screen, so we'll just keep it muted while he's talking. That's why.
Are y'all ready?
Sanchez, when you start talking, your 2 minutes starts, and then when I come back in and you hear me, that's when your 2 minutes will end. Okay.
Got you. Okay, so for me to win, all I gotta do is prove that Ankh is wrong. I'm not here today to prove anything about where we come from, about diversity or any of that. I have my own theories about all of that, but the debate is structured to where I'm debunking his. So I don't have to replace his just to prove it's wrong. He got to replace it. Once I show you that you're wrong about something, I don't owe you nothing, right? You go and correct your mistakes. So I don't got to do his work for him. Like, I don't have to tell you how to tie your shoe once I'm telling you, you just tied it wrong. If I do, I'm doing you a favor. Too bad for him. I don't feel like doing no favors. I'm just coming here to show him today he's a dummy that don't know how to tie his shoe. And guess what? I'm so relentless with it. I ain't going to show him how to tie it after that. Let him learn it himself. He's too stubborn. So let's get that part straight. Another thing, if he debate a Christian, will he let it be known that the Christian believes in talking snakes or men walking on water? What that got to do with the fact if that Christian has a degree in law, that the Christian is knowledgeable in law? See, whether you agree with flat earth or not, Nut and Gab is flat earth, and he want to talk about Africa, but he's not bringing up Nut and
Nut and Gab is flat earth. Now that's something I never really heard. But if you look at Newton Gab, it would kind of look like flat earth. Okay, Brother Sanchez.
Gab, that ain't a solar system. So I'm actually arguing on behalf of the ancients. He's arguing on behalf of Galileo, Isaac Newton, and all them when it comes to the flat earth. But I don't want to waste my time with flat earth. That's a tactic of his. Today ain't flat earth. We can arrange that. So I just want to let that be clear. He want y'all to think about that so you won't pay attention to the fact I'm about to debunk him on the out of Africa theory. That's what we're here today to do. So he's claiming to know for a fact about human origins. And the out of Africa theory is what he's claiming is the answer. And that's what I'm here to debunk today. I don't got to replace his theory. I don't got to replace it. I just got to beat it up. And I've done my job. And I ain't going to let him hold me to that false obligation at all.
Okay.
Man, Unc already got beat up by goddamn unbiased Ron on Nzinga, and who actually kidnapped slaves in Africa. Man, unbiased Ron beat him to death with that. Shout out to unbiased Ron. Man. B1 at BA.
Thank you, Brother Sanchez. Thank you, Ankh, for those powerful openings. Now let's get right into it. Ankh, we're going to bring you up. Brother Sanchez, when you're not on the mic, just mute out. That way you won't be on the big screen. And that's for everybody. So thank you so much, Brother Sanchez. Ankh, let me know when you are ready to come and do your 12-minute first round. Do you want me to come in a minute before or what, to just let you know when you let you know you have 1 minute, like say you have 1 minute, you get what I'm saying, before your 12 minutes are up? Do you want that warning?
We didn't even figure out who's gonna go first, did we? But I'll take
You
it.
are.
Not a
You
problem.
are. You lead me,
Okay,
Trump.
yeah, is that all right? I think he asked for you to go first.
Oh,
So you will be going first. You're good with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna let him have all the advantages he think he got.
Okay, so when do you want me to come in and just give you that warning, like your time is about to be up, your 12 minutes? At 2 minutes, 1 minute?
2 minutes. Let me know when I got 2 minutes left.
Okay,
right, Nepal, we should have had all this ready. The chat is not even open. It's disabled. The chat is not on.
Well, okay, if that's the case, we'll just enable the chat.
Yeah, let us go, and then you could be enabling it while he's going.
Nepal, like, man, hold on.
Yeah, that's fine. You can text me too, by the way.
Yeah.
All right.
Nepal, like, hold up, man. I got this shit. What you talking about, Sonetta? What the hell you coming on here trying to tell me how to run this shit?
Do that. Sorry about that, everybody. That's why I actually asked the chat. I didn't see anything. But anyway, okay. I'll come in at 10 minutes to let you know you have 2 minutes remaining. When you start talking, your time starts on whenever you're ready. 12-minute round. First round.
Okay. All right. Let me get my thing together.
Okay, whenever you're ready, let me know.
Wikipedia. Oh, let me.
Somebody said Wikipedia.
You see my screen?
Yes, your screen is showing. We see the history of Out of Africa.
Okay. All right, let's get this thing started. So we're going to go with the history of the Out of Africa theory. From Darwin's prediction to modern genomics. Exploring the evolutionary journey from early ideas to implications of modern genomics in the understanding of human origins. So just real fast, right? We talk about the Out of Africa theory and what it posits, that all modern humans, Homo sapiens, originated from a common ancestral population in Africa. This theory integrates various fields, including anthropology. So the brother gonna have to bring collaborating evidence that debunks anthropology, archaeology. He has to debunk archaeology, genetics, right? To trace the evolutionary journey of humans.
No, he just has to debunk you. He just had to debunk your theory and what you think, because this is just a theory. Out of Africa is just a theory. It's just a theory.
From Africa to global dispersions. We're going to highlight the significance of the fossil evidence, genomic studies, and the shaping of our understanding. Before Charles Darwin, people thought humans came from religious ideas. Most believe humanity started in Europe and Asia, since most fossils was found there. Man, let's get this thing started right, man.
God killer will make those ring bass from the Kenneth. Excuse me. NW
Hit
Code,
me.
clear vision, hilltop roofs, no gimmicks. On garment, keep the tempo, race this term, info heavy, show sources, don't chit chat, no proof, fall back quick. Punches there, where I'm at.
What the fuck is this, family?
Ready,
Hey, what
Liberty
you
Heights,
doing?
no ferry.
What the?
Hold fast, peer review, hold that. It's first, no myth, replicate, then it's legit. God killer, we make bells ring, bass to McKinnon, Hayes ring. You
Come on,
promote pseudo,
man.
dust cap, stick or swim, better adapt. I just there, talk click love, never be quick, move quick love, show sources, don't chit chat, proof, fall back, quick. NW Code, clear vision, hilltop roofs, no gimmicks, correlation, and cause headlines, love applause, Roger Jack, no fake flex, no peak, quick, no late, you on Riley. Step, say less, learn, then rap. On down and shift the tempo.
Bro, come on.
Press down and 480. Heights, flex ready. Heights, no ferry. God killer, we make bells ring, bass from the cannon.
Yeah, man, we make bell rings. So what y'all see right here is the world percentage of adherence to religion. And this is today. So you know they was really religious back 200 years ago. The majority of the population is religious, and they had no idea of the biological origins of humans. Darwin and the descent of man linked humans to African apes, suggesting Africa as our birthplace and urging research evidence. He made a scientific prediction.
This dude is going off Darwin, a white man, to tell us where we come from. I'm trying to understand something here. Don't Pan Africans hate white people? So he believed what Darwin said, that we came out of Africa through monkeys?
This is the highest thing you can do in science, is to predict something that has never been seen before in the annals of history. That's exactly what he did. The search for human origins saw significant fossil discoveries. I'm gonna say this again. The search for human origins saw significant discoveries. 1891, discovery of Java man. We learned this in middle school. Homo erectus by Eugene Debus. It say in Indonesia provided key evidence for human evolution, suggesting an Asian origin. 1921, the discovery of Peking man, Homo erectus in China, further supported the idea of an Asian origin for early humans, challenging Darwin's original hypothesis. 1930, more Homo erectus fossils was uncovered across ages. Scientists increasingly leaned towards an Asian origin, temporarily sliding African hypothesis. Sidelining it. They were saying, man, the origins must be in Asia. In 1924, Raymond Dart discovery Australopithecus africanus, tongue child. It say in South Africa, move this out the way. Key evidence for the African origins of early humans, challenging Eurasian theories. So now we find a fossil to start to move it back to Africa. Here's the fossil by Raymond Dart, 1924. Make this man show fossil evidence. Uncovering critical evidence for human evolution in East Africa. 1959, Louis Leakey and his team discovered the first fossil remains of Homo habilis in Olduvai Gorge, making significant milestones in understanding early human evolution. 1960, Marion Leakey discovered, the Lotala footprint in Tunisia, providing evidence for bipedalism in early hominids dating back to about 3.6 million years ago. 1974.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Chill Will. He said, I didn't attend the debate because I can't stand Ankh overrated, but I appreciate you for doing the after show, fam. Respect. You got it, Chill Will, and thank you for your support and for being a member, Chill Will.
Richard Leakey unearthed a nearly complete skull of Takano boy, Homo erectus, near Lake Takana, providing valuable insight into the physical characteristics of early humans. 1978, the Leakey family discovery led to the establishment of the National Museum in Kenya, contributing to the preservation and study of East African rich fossil heritage. By the way, they put it in the mandate that no more than one European can sit on the board, and the Africans must control their own museum.
They ain't got no museum. What are you talking about?
Compete models. Multi-regional model proposed that modern humans evolved from complex interaction amongst archaic human populations across different regions, not solely from Africa. African origin model suggests that modern humans originated in Africa and migrated out, replacing local archaic populations globally. Debate and evidence.
So when he say they migrated out of Africa, what, you know what I'm saying? So they encountered other so-called humans or whatever. So is he talking about they encountered the Neanderthal, and then those Africans started mating with those Neanderthals?
Lack of genetic evidence during this period led to the ongoing discussion and disagreements amongst scientists regarding human origins. So the debate was on. Now, 1987 genetic revolution. Man, Rebecca King, 1987 study revealed humans share a common ancestor from
It's a white man. A white man said, or a white woman said it. It's just automatically correct. Okay. We go
Africa, supporting the theory of African origin from Homo sapien. I'm gonna say it again. Mitochondrial DNA in this landmark study actually verified our origins in Africa of Homo sapiens sapien. Y'all might have heard it before. Mitochondrial Eve. Genomic sequence revealed that modern humans originated in Africa 300,000 years ago. Highlight migration patterns, interaction with Neanderthals and Denisovans. The Outer African theory, modern humans, Homo sapiens originated in Africa, migrated worldwide, supporting the fossils. So we got the fossil record, we got the archaeology, we got the genetics showing shared ancestry. He gonna have to debunk all that. Darwin, modern humans have African roots. Outer African theory supported by fossil record. I'm gonna say it again. Archaeology, genetic evidence. That's the legacy of Charles Darwin. Homo sapien, Homo Neanderthal, and Homo erectus. In yellow is Homo erectus, and the beige kind of color is Homo Neanderthal in red. You see Homo sapiens sapien is the only one in red that made it all the way to Americas. You see N, 1, and 3 right here. The N represents Homo Neanderthal, the 1 represents an unknown archaic species, and the 3 represents Homo Denisovan, proving their routes. If you look at the people in the Adamese Isles and check their DNA, you'll see that they have archaic DNA in them. Out of Africa too. Homo sapiens, look at the map. This is the migration pattern from 100,000 to 200,000, all the way to the Americas, approximately around 15,000 years. Estimates range from 30,000 to 15,000. You can see the migratory patterns right here. It's all mapped up. Now, out of Africa 1 overview, the first.
Shout out to Astro 40K. Regurgitating at its finest, shaking my head, easy slaughter. Facts, bro. Appreciate the love, bro.
Major dispersal of early Homo sapiens, 1.8 million. Timing, no, not early Homo. I want to get this straight. Okay, early Homo populations, 1.8 million years. Timing, out of Africa, dispersal 1. Homo erectus, Homo ergaster, species evolved in migration. Okay, Eurasia, region where early Homo populations migrated to. Early hominid expansion, significance of this dispersal in human evolution. Fossil, archaeology evidence, types of evidence supporting the migration. Out of Africa too, 60K. Time frame for dispersal of modern humans. Remember, out of Africa too, it's modern humans. Homo sapiens, anatomically modern humans migrated from Africa. So out of Africa 1 is archaic species of humans, and out of Africa 2 is Homo sapiens sapiens. Genetic studies, evidence supporting African origins, sequence global dispersal. Subsequent global dispersals. limited inbreeding, interaction with Neanderthals and Denisovans during this migration. We had the proof. Global distribution, modern human population largely descended.
So they did interact with Neanderthals. So these Africans was fucking all type of so-called human species. Is that why they so fucked up?
From this migration. Key differences between Outer Africa 1 and 2, early Homo sapien migration, modern human global dispersal, temporal framework differences, contributions to regional populations, evidence types, fossils, and DNA.
2 minutes.
Conclusion, implications for the human evolution. Outer Africa theory, modern humans migrated from Africa. All non-human populations share ancestry. Darwin, foundational work, genetics. Man, y'all know what it is, man.
Pseudo. We hear you.
Yeah, we hear them pseudos.
Pseudo Sanchez. Sanchez talking that pseudo all day. Talking that pseudo all day. Talking that pseudo all day. Yeah, you look at this play. Pseudo Sanchez. Talking that pseudo all day. Talking that pseudo all day. Same story. You okay? The pseudo step will get a bag. They all wear funny hats. That step back, tail then spin back. Keep walking like a stand for the stack, then back trying to sell like science, but he never like back. Whole lot of trust me, whole lot of I seen. But when the light hit the page, it's the black magazine. Out in the room, but the room don't learn. You fucking need trouble to the brain cells burn. But he had energy, cosplay intellect, still a pseudo crew like something to collect. King of the pseudo crew, you wear that crown, but stay back creep. When the real pull out now, we don't do backs, we do backstage. If it don't stand up, the data ain't get backspace. Pseudo Sanchez. Talking that pseudo all day. Talking that pseudo all day. They got different shades. Pseudo Sanchez.
Right.
More like Shrek. He say, I'm him, but the method say nah. Straight cat. If you can't run a test, you can't run a net song. Keep on cloud from the crowd to the doctor review. Probably Kevin Pass proof caught on 4K too. He really up mess like bricks in the stack. There's somebody else sourcing it all back. Source up, shut up, metaphor in the booth. Swinging at the air, we'll be swinging that proof. Sort of stuff with bring two things. A fact full of giving, they don't let you. And still killers in the chat, but we're telling the pseudo, not people just claim for the evidence. Who that? What do you do? What do you say? There you go.
Yeah, this guy's comical.
Nate the Great, thanks, my brother. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. We do have a goal up. If 10 people can donate $20, man, that'll be awesome. You know, if you can't, you can't. But if you can, you can. Nate, appreciate the love. Astro 40K, appreciate the love. He said, this dude is a pure lame. I know he got his book smacked out of his hand in school, laughing my ass off. I'm crying. No, facts. That's facts. He give me them vibes too. Shout out to you, Dreezy Dre Awakening Minds. He said he loved that homo talk, don't he? Sapien, penis, erectus.
Yeah.
Wow. They can't see they getting mine, Elf. Shaking my head. I saw the debate too. You won easily. Bro, that's crazy, Awakening Minds.
Pull over the back to the turn. Talking that pseudo all day. Talking that pseudo all day.
This is fucking amazing, bro. Like, are you fucking serious? Corny. Straight corny. Are you
9.
serious?
Man, talking that pseudo all day. Talking that pseudo all day. Y'all know what it is, man. Sourced up over here, man. Let's get it, man.
Thank you, Ankh. Thank you, Ankh. That was the first round. Bringing in Brother Sanchez right now, right behind the pseudo killer, Ankh. We got our Brother Sanchez with a can of corn. Okay, so brother, let me know when you start talking, your time starts, but let me know when do you want me to come in and let you know your time is expiring.
Shout out to you, Roy Badery. Props, Sanchez. I appreciate them props, my brother. Appreciate the love, man. Give me a two-minute one. I'm a basketball type of man. I like the 2-minute one. Appreciate that, Queen Napa.
Yes, sir. So when you start talking, your time begins.
All right. Share my screen and then I'll start. Let me know if you got it.
We got the corn, the Del Monte corn.
Yeah, we need to share that. We got to share that. And I'll start right now. So yes. I want to share this corn to say that Unc should have prepared more for his debate and printed out his stuff like I did instead of reading off Wikipedia. We could have stayed home and did that, Unc. Right. We wasted our time. That ain't even fun in a debate. You're acting corny, which is why I put the Del Monte up there. Like it's so much corn that I think that, you know, Redenbacher and them will be mad at you, man. So I'm gonna just leave that there. Let's mute his mic too, so that corn juice don't leak on me. I don't want none of that corn juice. Children of the corn. So this man said that the Dogon had to wait for white Masons to show up to tell them who they was, right? Even though these white Masons didn't know who they was, right? And the Dogon was making predictions about the stars before Darwin showed up. So your whole concept of them being primitive, yeah, it's corny too. So let me just read some to you, and we're going to leave this can of corn right there. I was going to put a little image of the Dogon, but I chose the corn for you, man. So check this out, right? The intelligence of ancient civilizations is often underestimated, but the Dogon people of West Africa challenged that assumption long before modern astronomy and long before Darwin. The Dogon were describing details about the star system Sirius that supposedly could not be seen with the naked eye. If people doing stuff like that, they don't need this white guy to show up and tell them who they are, even though the Dogon got the Dogon got a rich history of their own lineage and oral tradition of who they are through their oracles. They got tribal elders that have kept the history of that tribe for eons. Can't no white guy go up to the Bushman tribe telling them who they are. So what my point is, yo, shout out to my OG Marlon. Appreciate the love, Marlon, for being 1 of 10, helping us reach the goal. It's up there for 2 hours. Marlon, we appreciate you being 1 of 10. Marlon said Darwinism is trying to separate people from their lands of origin out of Africa, yet all his arguments come from European colonizers. Come on now. Come on. I told you, if you go to Africa and talk to the oldest tribes, they don't even agree with the out of Africa theory. So you will have to, Unc will have to stand in front of the Dogon and yell at them and argue with them and tell them what Darwin said. Come on now. Shout out to Drainer Marie. Appreciate the love, Sister Drainer. We appreciate the love. Thank y'all all for the support, man. We appreciate it. The Dogon don't agree with Unc's out of Africa theory. That ought to be something y'all ought to think about, that the oldest tribes don't agree with the out of Africa theory. They would debate these white guys and their theories. They say that science ain't racist, but it is racist to tell a people who they are versus ask them. And that's what Unc got the mind of a colonizer and don't know it. Because think about it. We got to go to Africa and tell the Bushmen, the Ashanti, y'all all come from Africa, even though they said they come from the heavens. Everybody on the earth teach that we're fallen angels, y'all. Do you hear me? The Dogon teach that they come from the sky. Every tribe teach that humanity come from the sky. But check this out, right? Here's the part you need to think about.
Well, the Dogon even said, who was that? Was it the Dogon that said that we came from the sea? We first came to the sea and crawled on the land from the sea. It was some particular species that they communicated with. They're talking about we came from the sea or some shit like that. I could be wrong, but from my remembrance of reading about the Dogon, yeah.
These ancient tribes teach that we all come from the sky, we fallen angels. And people like Unc will laugh at it and they will debate these tribes and say, you don't know where you come from. Let me tell you where you come from. It started with a comet in space, and the comet had the germ of humanity on it, and it landed in the ocean. We was a single cell organism that evolved from a fish type creature.
Right, exactly.
To a
exactly. That's I was right. You own it, brother Sanchez. Yes, sir. Yeah, we actually came from the sea. Let me let him cook on that real quick.
Sasquatch. Now, peep game, right? All of these tribes said we come from the sky, And they teach that we come from the sky, but they teach that we come from a comet, and that the comet come from space. Now think about that. These tribes are saying that they come from the sky too. They just saying that they was never no germ and no evolution happened. They saying we fell from a higher state of consciousness into the body. And that's what all the religious text was originally saying before the scientists came along and hid this knowledge. Let's give a shout out to Now We Rise. Much love to Now We Rise. We appreciate the love, y'all. Who they are. And then to act like you got enough blood data to tell everyone in the world who they are, and you keep finding our ancestors' bones, and they just so happen to be monkey-like bones, but you never finding your own. Let that sink in. Shout out to Occultic Comrade. I like that name. He said, wish I can do more. This channel is priceless. Listen, you just did a whole lot with them $2. Because, you know, just like in the Bible, the lady didn't have much, but she gave something. But the people that give nothing, at least give a like or a share, because we're not forcing people to donate, but we will like it if you like a share, because that's free. And I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in, because that is a form of donation. You're paying me your attention, and I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to give you a great informative stream, like I always do. Shout out to my sister, Sally McDermott. Once again, she said, ignorance is bliss. So not worth your breath, bro. Much love. You know what? I must agree with that, Sally. Appreciate your long time support. Java Man is often presented as proof of human evolution, which Ankh just tried to do with Java Man, right? Let's pull up Java Man, y'all. Let's pull up Java Man so you can get a visual of Java Man. So here is Java Man, their description of it. And I want to give you some facts about Java Man. So Java Man is often presented as proof of human evolution, but when you look closely at the evidence, the case is far weaker than people are told. First, the fossils that make up Java Man were not found together as a complete skeleton. Why didn't Ankh tell you that with his deceptive behind? The skull, the tooth, and the thigh bone were discovered separately in a riverbed and is simply assumed to belong to the same individual. Second, the femur looks almost identical to a modern human leg bone, showing a fully upright human gait rather than a transitional creature. So think about that. This raises the possibility that the leg bone could belong to a normal human, while the skull belonged to something else entirely. People, they playing puzzle with y'all. Wow. And I'm gonna show you, I ain't lying, because here go the different here go the pieces right here. He didn't show y'all this. Why? Why didn't he show you this all they found with his deceptive butt? Now watch this, y'all. Thirdly, the scientist who discovered this, Eugene Du Bois, was actively searching for Darwin's predicted missing link, which may have influenced how the fragments were interpreted biasly. When you step back, Java Man looks less like solid proof and more like reconstruction built on assumptions rather than a complete fossil showing a true evolutionary transition. Ain't no face for it, y'all. They actually had to, you know, they come up with these little drawings like the one I showed you here, and they start theorizing and interpreting stuff from finding 3 bones in 3 different locations at 3 different times. 3 different times. 3 different locations. The bones are not even related to each other, y'all. And they put this stuff together and come up with theories, and people like Ankh eat it up like a dog lapping up their own vomit.
Eat it up.
Now, another thing. If my opponent is defending the older, simple version of Out of Africa, which he is doing, he already lost the debate, because the one with the single migration, the clean replacement theory that he's presenting, that's the one with no interbreeding, right? Guess what? Yeah. He's not defending the modern science, y'all. He's defending a version of the theory that even evolutionary geneticists no longer stand by. You need to learn to stay up to date with your science, because the debate over right now. You showed up defending an outdated model. And you are defending that model because you just read from Wikipedia and it gave that outdated single migration model. The strict replacement model collapsed once Neanderthal and Denisovan DNA were confirmed in modern populations. Didn't I tell y'all I was going to use his own science against him? See, it don't matter if I go on my channel and debate against science. It matters the fact that Ankh think he knows science enough to debate me on it when I'm showing him, bro, this ain't really a debate. I'm giving you notes so you can stay updated. You arguing an outdated argument. So their own scientists said that Neanderthal DNA debunked that original argument. It wasn't a minor adjustment. It dismantled the central mechanism that distinguished out of Africa from its competitors. So this is why the model was revised into assimilation and multiple dispersal frameworks. So if he argues for total replacement, minimal mixing, and a single exit event, he's relying on a narrative that specialists themselves moved beyond years ago. And if he shifts mid-debate to hybridization and multiple waves coming from Africa, then he's conceding that the original model was incomplete. Oh, yeah, I'm a chess player, Unc. I told you I was going to beat you up, didn't it? Now, check this out. Either way, my disadvantage is clear. If he stick to the old version, he outdated. If he abandons that, he admit that the original certainty was overstated. They weren't right to begin with. That's Shout out to Astro 40K. You want to see a dead body? Oh, you looking at it for real, though. Shout out to you, bro. Not a strong position to argue from. Let's be clear about what he's defending tonight. He's defending the 1990s classroom version of out of Africa, with one small African population leaving 60 to 70,000 years ago. It completely replaces every other human group on Earth. And then guess what these dummies have to say? They have to say the first migration was archaic humans. So the next migration was non-archaic humans. Where did they come from? If the very first humans on Earth was archaic humans in Africa, how do we get these non-archaic humans coming years after them? Because but think about it. No one went to the motherland to breed with the original Africans that was archaic. So where did these non-archaic Africans come from? See, that's a problem. 60, 70,000 years ago when they leave Africa. And this is with no or to little interbreeding. That version is outdated. The narrative assumes one clean departure event, but fossil discoveries in the Levant push Homo sapiens outside Africa much earlier than the classic 60 to 70K timeline. See, he need to stay up to date, y'all. I'm not even here. Guess what I'm here today? I'm here today to show that they making this theory up as they go. And Ankh ain't even staying up to date with the new lies that they revising with this theory. It's a work in progress, but he's arguing it like as a fact. And when you do that, you get stuck in one area of that theory while the scientists move on and evolve it. And you don't want to admit that, hey, what I've been telling y'all is wrong and they changed it now, because you keep trying to sell it as a fact when it's a work in progress. So genetic science destroyed this claim. The work of Savanto, Pabo, and others demonstrated that modern humans carry Neanderthal and Denisovan DNA. And if there was interbreeding, there was no total replacement. That part of the theory is gone.
Wow.
Shout out to VHS 589. Pan-Africans not using African knowledge. Sanchez, you sound confident using the ancestors' knowledge. No matter where they are, no matter where they are from, they sound like Darwin is they daddy. Facts. You can't tell them nothing. Big up to you too, VHS. I'm glad you acknowledged that, and I appreciate your support, fam. It's gone. So listen, I'm showing you what's going on within his own science. He's not keeping up to date with, y'all. Genetic and fossil evidence now point to overlapping populations interacting across Africa and Eurasia. See, he can't say multiple different groups left Africa because the question is, how did they get different, y'all? Like, the thing about these Pan-Africans, they will show you these little fancy charts with scribble on them, and it'll have all of these different groups coming up out of Africa. And I'm like, I'm yawning. I'm like, okay, let's rewind, sir. Let's rewind here, sir. Let's start at the beginning of this now. You're saying that Africans left the continent, and when they went around the world, they created diversity. But you're saying that the diversity come as a result of mutating when they left and got in other climates. But yet you're saying that the groups is also leaving the continent already diverse. And y'all will see that he do that in a debate with his chart. You'll see. And I'm setting it up too. I'm giving them bait along the way. Shout out to the goal, man. We need 9 more people to send in $20 if y'all got it, man, if you want to support the show and we can reach this goal. The picture that emerges is not isolation followed by replacement. It's networks, contact zones, and gene flow. So the reality is that if my opponent stands here defending the rigid single origin, single exit total replacement model, he's not defending cutting edge science. He's defending a simplified teaching version that even many of its original architects no longer hold in its pure form. You can call me pseudo all you want. I mean, I'll let you do your name calls. I got too much to teach to be name calling you back. I'm trying to teach you some. You can call me pseudoscience, but guess what? I'm actually standing by science right now. I'm debunking you by saying you don't know what you're talking about. Now, that makes you not qualified to even debate me. It proves in this debate that you showed up with an outdated model and that I really need to be debating the architects of this model with their revised, updated version. I can't debate a guy with an outdated model because even the people that created that model no longer stand by. You looking stupid by yourself. Look at how his forehead look like a Klingon now. I know what I do to you, Unc. You're going to quit accepting debates against me, man. So watch this, right? Modern evidence supports multiple dispersals, interbreeding with archaic humans, meaning there was interbreeding. Science evolves when new data comes in. The Out of Africa framework has been revised repeatedly because the data forced it to be. If you're still arguing a clean replacement only, one exit version, you're not defending science. You're defending an outdated diagram from a textbook that's already been updated. Damn. Let me give a shout out to Astro 40K once again. Sanchez, what you cooking, man? Pot roast smelling good. Yeah, we cooking that Ankh roast, man. Yeah, we are.
Okay,
Sure.
sorry. I'm coming in at 1 minute. That's my bad.
No problem. And that ain't how real science work. In this case, the theory, what you're debating here tonight is wrong, not because I said it, but the original architects of it, right, abandoned it because it needed to be revised. So whenever you ready to talk about El Negro statue being a human and not a monkey, I can't wait till you get to that because this first part was just easy and it's laughable that you shown. We're going to start calling them outdated Ankh. Ankh, you outdated like felines. Ankh outdated like fill in the blank Chico sticks. The boy outdated like beepers. He showed up the day with a pager on, y'all. Chill out, Ankh. You coming up here with this outdated version. If you try to change it, then again, either way, I got a disadvantage. He's at a disadvantage. He got to abandon the outdated model. That's going to prove that the outdated one ain't outdated. It's just wrong. When you make up a lie, you got to keep changing the lie or revising the lie in their case. And they'll tell you, well, science mutates over time. Well, he not staying up to date with the mutations.
Thank you, Brother Sanchez, and I appreciate that. Sorry about that. I won't do that next time. I'll make sure I get the 2 minutes in, but your 12-minute round is complete. We've done our first round, both debaters. You can stop sharing that if you would, Brother Sanchez. We're going into our second round, and we will bring Ankh back in to do his second round. You got it, Brother Sanchez? You got to just meet up. All right. Okay, so we will be, thank you so much, Brother Sanchez. Ankh, just like before, come on in. When you start, when you're ready, let me know you start talking. I will start your time and I will come in and give you a 2-minute warning whenever you're ready. You can unmute too, Ankh.
Yeah, so maybe we just ended up in an enchanted forest some daggone where we didn't sat down and went somewhere and it's all upside down. Because I could have sworn in my slides, I clearly showed what he claimed I couldn't show or what he claimed I didn't show. Ladies and
Oh, but the point on what he showed is that the shit is outdated. Yeah, we seen that. He seen that. We seen that. But the point of what Brother Sanchez was making is your shit is outdated, bro. You using the same 1990 shit. You using the same. That's the same. Man, I had a Pan African ideology, bro. I know about Sonnet, all those guys. You still got goddamn what's his name? Oh, shit, I forgot the dude's name. One I'm talking about the Black Power, African Black Power. Damn, what's his name? Anyway, I think of his name. It'll probably hit me. I mentioned that shit. But he's still talking about Kemet in Egypt. Goddamn, South Africa and shit like that. I mean, Sub-Saharan Africa. He's still on that shit. But the point is, what Brother Sanchez was doing, saying what you saying, this shit is outdated.
gentlemen, I bring to the screen right here. Right here. So we can clearly see that right there. Nepal, can y'all see my screen? Because I couldn't even see his screen. Can you see?
Yeah, we can see your screen just fine. 40,000. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now watch this. Now, right here shows that he was wrong, that I showed that early humans left out of Africa and mixed with what? The end, Homo Neanderthal. Then I talked about one circled in purple, they is an unknown ancient human. And then 3, Denisovan cave. They mixed right there with Homo Denisovan. So we talked about this. Like in the presentation. So now we got a lie and deceive. Oh, what tangle where we weave when first we practice to deceive. So then let's come to right here real quick. In the presentation, debunking.
I don't think he understands though. How is he trying to rebuttal him what he said with the shit that Sanchez said was outdated? And he showed that the shit was outdated. He broke you down with the bones, showing that they was found 3 different times, 3 different places. I mean, like, this is what Unks was supposed to be rebuttaling. He's supposed to prove those fossils. He's just showing charts. I mean, he's showing the goddamn flip screen or whatever the fuck, but he not debunking what Sanchez said about them bones, about the Java man. He need to talk. Maybe he gonna get to it. I don't know, but he need to talk about the Java man, which Brother Sanchez used to show that how the information that he's using right now is outdated
in real time. Remember this? Hold on. The Outer Africa too, right? 60K. Homo sapiens. Watch this. Genetic studies, evidence supporting. Watch this. Bam. Limited inbreeding. So we talked about inbreeding. Neanderthal, Denisovan, during migration. We know they got absorbed into the DNA of Homo sapiens. So we actually talked about that. He made that up. As a matter of fact, if you come to a simple Wikipedia study, can you see the Wikipedia study right here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you click this on, right? It talks about the northern dispersal route and the southern dispersal route. We talk about genetic reconstruction and the history of the theory. We did that all in the first round. He's delusional at this point. So let's get on to it. Let's get right to it. Let's not let him fake you out. So we come right here, let's do this. Let's get to the fossils.
There's no sound.
Ain't supposed to be no sound. We good. I just want the people to focus on the picture.
Hey, let's give a big shout out to VHS 589 for being 2 of 10, helping us reach that goal, man. I appreciate that. I really, really would like to reach that goal, and you are 2 of 10, and we appreciate that. He said, this debate sounds like the Roots movie, trying to beat the flat earth out of you. Like, it sounds like something. Salutes, thanks. Shout out to you once again, Marlon. Appreciate the love, OG. He said, shouldn't unks be talking and shaving by now, according to evolution? Shouldn't monkeys be talking and shaving by now, according to evolution? According to evolution, they should. These are nothing but facts. It's nothing but facts, you saying. Facts.
Watch this reconstruction in real time.
I said the same shit.
How they put the skin on the bones.
Sanchez.
Make it come alive for you, man. This is modern science at its best.
Man, what is he?
There's no sound.
Ain't supposed to be no sound. We good.
I want y'all to really pay attention to this part right here, because what Unc about to do, right? Unc about to show you modern science at its finest, right? And what modern science does, modern science would take these 3 bones, right? Now let me.
That's what I was saying. Why is he not going at these bones? Because these bones support the theory what Brother Sanchez is saying, that the shit is outdated. They make up shit, they put shit here, whatever. So even though he's showing a chart of what they saying with these Homo sapiens is and the Erecto sapiens and all this shit, that shit is still outdated because they're finding new information to debunk that and revise and update the shit. Just these bones right here, what I was talking about, is clearly showing that the shit is out of date. That they can make up shit, put shit together, and then once they find out some real shit or whatever, or another person's theory that's more clear or whatever, they got to revise the shit.
Reminding y'all something. These 3 bones were found in 3 different locations at 3 different times and dates. Right. And you don't even have a full skull bone. You got 20% of a skull. And this all they got is a femur, a little piece of a skull, and a tooth. And from this, he finna show you how modern science is gonna bring this stuff to life, y'all. And basically, he gonna show you computer animations of people interpreting what they think it will look like if Darwin was true. But people, that's deceptive. They found 3 different bones at 3 different sites at 3 different times, and they trying to force this stuff together, even though other scientists said these 3 bones ain't even from the same organism.
Wow.
Let that sink in. The 3 bones ain't even from the same organism. So they will take these 3 bones and go into a computer program and do what Unc about to do now, which is laughable, y'all.
Hell yeah.
Good. I just want the people to focus on the picture. Watch this reconstruction in real time. How they put the skin on the bones.
But what the fuck does that mean?
Make it come alive for you, man. This is modern science at its best.
What are you trying to say? That's an African?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Shout out to D. Allen Warren for the love of the knowledge. Appreciate the love, D. Allen. Much love. Appreciate it.
So let's move on to the fossil record real quick. Let's look at this reconstruction by Kenneth and Kenneth. Let's go into the eyes.
Hold on, man. This dude using all white sources. I'm not saying, you know, you don't show your sources, but damn, you can't mix And I'm pretty sure he would show if it was an African, but you could tell by the names. These ain't no Africans telling Africans about who they are or whatever. These the same people had Black Americans looking to fucking Egypt, looking to goddamn Kemet, looking to Nubia. Thousands of years ago, instead of right here on this soil, right here at our ancestors that we could touch, taste, and feel. The same people giving him this out of Africa theory and this bullshit he trying to sell to us that we come from monkeys and shit. And Sanchez made a point. How you gonna tell an African person or whoever who they are and you don't even know who the fuck you are? But he going off of what Dar and shit.
Skull, hands, Homo habilis, the earliest of our ancestors to show a significant increase in brain size and also the first to be found and associated with stone tools, 2.3 million years to 1.5 million years. Old of Old Gorge, Africa. He acting like we ain't had no fossils. Only religious people will say that. Incomplete fossils, they have what they have.
Why
An analysis of
I just want to. Okay, so I'm when I seen that picture here that just flashed up there, pictures he's showing. Hold, let me take it back. Take it back a little bit. He's showing these people that look like almost like how they want to call us monkeys, how white people call us monkeys. So this is what he really believing that we like was ancestors of we are descendants of monkeys. I mean, this is what this video shit he's showing to me look like. I don't, man, this shit look kind of crazy to me, bro.
Let's look at this reconstruction by Kenneth and Kenneth.
Kenneth and Kenneth.
It's going to the eyes, skull, hands, Homo habilis, the earliest of our ancestors to show a significant increase in brain size and also the first to be found and associated with stone tools, 2.3 million years to 1.5 million years. Old of Old Gorge, Africa. He acting like we ain't had no fossils. Only religious people will say that. Incomplete fossils, they have.
Look at this shit, man. So this is what white people computer generated. What the fuck we supposed to have look like coming out of Africa or some shit? I don't know about that, bro. Look like a monkey slash human slash I don't know what the fuck. And how they got straight hair and shit. These white people making these computer generated goddamn images.
What they have. An analysis of a complete 1.8 million year old hominid skull found at the archaeological site, Denisivan, Georgia. It says suggested the early Homo sapiens, Homo habilis, Homo robustus, florensis, and so forth actually belong to the same species. Homo ergaster was the first of our ancestors to look more like modern humans. 1.5 to 1.9 million years. These people were generally tall and slender and may have also been relatively hairless. He's trying to debunk skulls without papers that show they have been debunked. Don't let him do it. Homo erectus fossil, these short and stocky humans with their distinctive skull shape and large brow ridges.
Give a big shout out to Just Be Real. Appreciate the love, Just Be Real. Sending love right back to you, fam.
Have mostly been found in China and Indonesia, 35,000 to 1.6 million. Homo ancestor. These species' name is highly debated, with many considering the remains to be Homo habiligensis. It says, whatever species they come from, these fossils are the oldest homos found in Europe. Homo habiligensis. It says these humans evolved in Africa, but by 500,000 years ago, some populations were in Europe. 300,000, 600,000 years. These reconstructions are by Kenneth and Kenneth. Just want to repeat that. Homo forensis. One of the most controversial, surprising hominid finds in the century, conflicting interpretations and debates surrounding the remains of these tiny humans from Indonesia, Homo forensis, are not our ancestors, but their unusual features and recent survival suggest human family tree. It's more sophisticated than we thought.
Why would you show a reference that says it's not our ancestors? That don't help your argument. I'm just saying.
I'm about to say not our ancestors.
Y'all know this. Homo neanderthalis coexisted with modern humans. This is what he said I didn't talk about, but I did. Humans for long periods of time before.
He didn't say you didn't talk about it. He said what you was talking about is outdated. That's the point.
Eventually becoming extinct about 28,000 years ago. The African fossils tend to be older than the ones in Europe.
Now watch this, right? Shout out to Astro 40K. He really believes this though. That's crazy as hell. Yeah, facts. And shout out to D-Dub, D-Dub, you 3 of 10. And I want to thank you for that, man. Appreciate that. Because we still got some time. We got an hour and 20 minutes on a goal, and we only need 7 more people. With $20 donations, we'll reach that goal. D-Dub said, remember, bro, we talking about people who believes Osiris was chopped up, scattered around different locations, found and put back together again. Yeah, they worse than Christians because they believe these symbolic allegories literally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That part too, for sure. And another thing is, if you ask Unc, hey, Unc, are you a Neanderthal? He'll say, hell no, I'm not no Neanderthal. You know, they like to joke on white folks and call them Neanderthals. Mm-hmm. But to prove his point, he'll tell you we all descend from Neanderthals. Look at this.
Homo Neanderthal.
And this lets me know that they really know the truth.
There you go. Homo neanderthals coexisted with modern humans for long periods of time before eventually becoming extinct about 20,000 years ago. The African fossils tend to be older than those from Europe.
And that they just pushing this boule neo-pagan stuff. Because if you know Neanderthal is just a evolutionary form that the organism called human went through, why would you subject it to one group and then use it in a debate to prove we all come from? This is one of the evolutionary points of humanity, period, not beyond color.
That's dumb.
So it's weird how they do that, right? But shout out to Now We Rise for being 4 of 10, y'all. I definitely think we can reach the goal. We got enough time and we only need 6 more people. Now We Rise said regurgitating outdated information from slave owners who had to be taught to bathe is insane. Come on now. Preach it. Right? You are one of the very few that's actually use your mind, which is a display of intelligence, to fact check the lies in textbooks. You know what? Now We Rise. I'm glad you get the fact that it takes more intelligence to question what we've been told than to regurgitate it. Because that's what you just said, and that's profound, and it ain't nothing but facts what you saying, right? I've been trying to tell these folks that for years. Regurgitating don't take nothing but memory, you know, and that's all belief systems is. You remember the scripture, you regurgitate them. Mm-hmm. In his case, Darwinism.
It's
These
true.
Masons
Yep.
gave him a script called
Yep.
science. He
Yep.
regurgitating, but all of it is belief. It ain't none of it factual, right?
All theories.
Shout out to Golden Spark. So I wonder what kind of intelligent creature a lion would transform into. How about an eagle or a pit bull? Yeah, if everything evolved from something else and it's continuing to evolve into something else, then yes, you got a good point. Everything on earth should be transforming into something else. Nothing really has a true form, because what we seeing is just something in its at a certain phase of its evolutionary phase. So we don't know if humans really look the way they look right now. Because if we come back, let's say 28,000 years from now, we may look like sardines or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say anything on Earth look the way it looked, because it's still evolving as we speak, right? So that's kind of crazy too, and a good point.
Homo adultus,
Flat power,
Ethiopian
Miss
fossils,
Honeybee.
earliest Homo sapiens. Homo sapien adultus, 190,000 years. The fossil record is clear. Let's look at the mitochondria. It's Khoisan people.
Man, this is all some old Pan-African shit, bro. So, even some of these charts and these pictures he's showing was used, I seen with the Pan-African when they battling goddamn the Bible and shit. This dude still think he battling the Bible. Because that's all they did. Kemet versus Hebrew Israelites and Christians or whatever the fuck. It's the same slides, the same pictures of the slides, the same shit, the same talk.
Here you can see the DNA migration of the mitochondria, L1, L2, L3, and as they leave Africa, they mutate to other haplogroups, all the way to the Americas. My closing statement, I will show you and talk about molecular clocks and the significance of it. There's no getting around this. Once again, Khoisan male.
And what happened? He must have did some of his video. Let me move it up and see.
You got the 2 + 2 will always be 4. You know that, right? You can't tell me that the science institution that Ankh is defending don't have the concept of outdated information when they literally update the school textbooks every 10 years. In poor areas, it take them longer. But yeah, they will tell you, you got the wrong textbook. That textbook right there is wrong. Y'all act like you never went to damn school before. When we was in school,
they updated the text.
There were plenty of times where they had to throw away and collect everyone textbooks. Let me remind y'all some case you forgot about this. When you were in school, because I know I'm not the only one went through this. Drop a one if you can relate to what I'm about to say. Who remember them going around saying, hey, everybody, we got new textbooks that's updated. And what do, y'all? They go around, they collect everyone's old ass history book or science book, and they issue you the brand new version that just came in. And you smell the paper, because ain't nothing like the smell of a brand new book. Who remember them days? See, I was
That's
actually
okay,
lucky
sis.
enough to see them swap and update books. Now they update these books like every couple of years, but if you lucky enough, you will actually be present when they make a shift, change these
Yep.
books, man.
Yep.
They don't keep the same damn books that we had since the 70s in these schools. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy, man. Talking about ain't no such thing as outdated info. Yes, the hell it is, man. They got to constantly bring in the new books and throw away the outdated ones, bro.
See, this is where I see the point where I see Unc already lost this debate. He's not understanding that he's using outdated information. It's outdated, bro. But you still regurgitating that shit and up here like you killing pseudos when you're pseudo yourself. You need to kill yourself. Talking about pseudo killer.
People will make up anything when they wrong, man.
Ancestors, but their unusual features in recent survival suggest human family tree. It's more sophisticated than we thought. Y'all know this. Homo neanderthalis coexisted with modern humans. This is what he said I didn't talk about, but I did. Humans for long periods of time before eventually becoming extinct about 28,000 years ago. The African fossils tend to be older than the ones in Europe. Homo adultus, Ethiopian fossils, earliest Homo sapiens. Homo sapien adultus, 190,000 years. The fossil record is clear. Let's look at the mitochondria. It's Khoisan people. Right here, you can see the DNA migration from the mitochondria, L1, L2, L3, and as they leave Africa, they mutate into other haplogroups, all the way to the Americas. My closing statement, I will show you and talk about molecular clocks and the significance of it. There's no getting around this. Once again, Khoisan male, beautiful African people. Y chromosome starts in Africa. It's the oldest such Y chromosomes on planet Earth. And we can actually check the time as they migrate and mutate around the planet. There's
Think that they can trace blood all the way back to the beginning of time, even though we had over 10 resets, ice ages and all that where the population was wiped out. What a dummy.
no getting around this. He can talk to flim flam. So at this point, I find the whole conversation be very, 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 very interesting. Now, I'll save my last round. How much time I got left?
You're only at 7 minutes.
Only got 7 minutes. So I can just
You have 5 minutes left.
got 5 minutes left. Let me see. I think I might have time to go right into the monkey round. You know what? I'm gonna say the monkeys for last, right? That's what I'm gonna do. Now, let me go over some of the things, some of the mistakes he made. Wow. First of all, he wants you to believe that the ancients didn't know about evolution. No shit, Sherlock. The ancients did not know. They had not a need to know. They wasn't digging up bones in grave sites. So no, the Dogon wouldn't have known about Charles Darwin theory of evolution.
No, he ain't said they known. He just said they already knew before Darwin. And what he's saying was, how you gonna let some Darwin theorist white person tell you who you are? Shit, did the Dogon see the what the Star Series B, C, whatever them Series B, Series 1, Series 2, whatever the fuck that shit was. And they couldn't figure out how could they see that not demented, but diminutive star, but it was heavier than tons of planet, some shit like that. I'm trying to remember what I was reading about the Dogon. But brother Sanchez is right about the Dogon. They mapped the goddamn stars way before Darwin was even thought of. The fuck you talking about, bro? Of course they didn't know about goddamn Darwin. They didn't give a fuck about Darwin. But you're using Darwin shit to tell uh the Dogon people and other, people who are ready to map the goddamn stars and shit, who the fuck they are and where they come from.
Indigenous Australian tribes wouldn't have known because the only thing they knew was their creation stories. And I talked about that earlier. I made it very clear. I said the only thing that humans understood was from their creation stories, and that includes the monotheists, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. They wasn't on biology. And for him to come in here and try to trick you with that is wild and completely out of order. So let's make this clear. It makes no sense to say that the ancient people at 100,000 years didn't know, or the Khoisan people didn't know, or the Dogon didn't know. That ain't even making no sense. He's so incoherent at this point, he don't even know he's out the box. Don't you sit here and listen to that. Why would indigenous populations in Africa, first of all, start grave robbing and picking up ancient bones of their ancestors? They wouldn't have did it. They had treaties against that. It's the anthropologists in later times that would dig up the graves, which would have been egregious to those ancient people. The ancient people didn't have DNA studies. The human genome was what was mapped out in 2004 and wasn't complete until a couple years ago. They wouldn't have had genetic evidence. They wouldn't have had the scientific method. They wouldn't have had modern science. They wouldn't have had none of these things. So why in the world is Pseudo Sanchez acting like they were supposed to know that? He one of them dudes just going to tell you, hey, man, they had the ancient civilizations 1,000,000 years ago with flying saucers. He that type of guy. See, I'm in the real world right now, and I'm speaking very clearly and very concise. Don't let the pseudos trick you into saying that the ancient people didn't know. No shit, the ancient white people didn't know. How about that? Like they knew. The Vikings didn't know. The Brits didn't know. The Romans didn't know. Nobody knew. Remember I talked about that earlier?
So why is he using Darwin theory then? Why is he hanging on Darwin's out of African theory and we come from fucking monkeys?
Earlier, what I said that the world was steeped in religion. They wasn't steeped in biology.
2 minutes.
They was steeped in religion, and none of them had the answer. All creation stories are wrong. Now, I know it's hurting his heart because he make up his own creation story. He over there tripping. He ain't showed y'all source yet. So, Nepal, could you see his screen, what he was sharing? Or you just heard him talking?
We could see his screen.
Why couldn't I see his screen?
He had bones. He had fossils up.
Yeah, they messed up act like the fossils wasn't fossils, like the fossils gotta be completely be fossils.
Yeah, dude. You find 3 different fossils in 3 different places at 3 different times? Are you kidding me? That tell you the holes in the theory right there. That mean they can put shit together and do what the fuck they want and then put it in a book and sell it to your ass. Come on, bro. Open your mind.
That's not true. Use the term the missing link. Nobody in science used the term missing link. Only the religions amongst us use that. That's a discredited term, the missing link. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, all fossils are in transition last time I checked. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Everybody look like their parents. And their parents look like their parents. And their parents look like parents. And their parents look like their parents all the way back to 3.5 million years. Everybody look like their parents with slight variations. So next time you come up here with the trick 'em shit and try to trick people into thinking that I talked about an outdated model, you tripping, because that ain't what happened, bro. I rest my case.
Okay, so you do have your round. You ended early. Yeah,
What I
about
got? What I got left?
40 more seconds.
I got 40 more seconds.
Please don't play that song.
I got 40 more seconds for the flim flammer.
Don't play
So
that.
he flim flammed us. He definitely flim flammed y'all, talking about the Dogon ain't know. What the hell the Dogon got to do with this conversation anyway? Dogon ain't got nothing to do with this daggone conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, why would he say that? Only a dedicated pseudo would bring the Dogon into an evolutionary outer African theory conversation. It absolutely makes no sense. He playing in front of y'all face. He trying to make it seem that if it's only white people that understand this, he playing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ankh. That was your second round. Strong closing and going straight into our brother Sanchez.
Gotcha.
Come on in. This time I will make sure I give you your 2-minute warning at the end of your 12-minute round. When you start talking is when your time starts, and Ankh, you could just mute out, and I think it'll automatically put him on the screen when I mute out.
Oh yeah, I can't even.
Hey, yeah, mute yourself. So why did I bring up the Dogon? Because it's ludicrous to suggest that the Dogon knew more about the stars than the Greeks, but they didn't know who they were until the Greeks told them who they were, even though they got the richest tribal tradition of passing down their origin stories and who they are in their.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what brother said. I'm following what he's saying. I don't know, understand what Ankh trying to debate here, because man, he been done in this debate. Brother Sanchez already killed that pseudo killer.
Lineage through their oracles. They don't leave that up to outsiders. And for you to put that in the hand of outsiders, guess what Ankh had to do? He had to say, well, these are grave diggers. I thought they were paleontologists. If they was grave diggers, they'll be in jail. Ankh, you do know that, right? You're a dummy, man. You think that the Dogon gonna allow somebody to go up there and dig up their graves, even though you just said that they won't dig up their own graves? Why you that slow, Ankh? Why you that slow? Because you just said that the Dogon wasn't trying to research about who their ancestors was, even though the person that they just buried in the ground was just alive. That's their great-great-grandma. They would know if she's a monkey or not. They would know if she's homo slowpoke or not, right? They would know that. So you telling me the Dogon was hiding that from the world. They didn't want the world to know that if we dug up their ancestral graves, we would see the monkey man. And it took the white man to go over there and say, move back, Dogon. Let me dig your ancestors up. Look, it's a monkey. You said that the Dogon was not digging up their own ancestral graves because it's desecration. I agree. So you know I'm not going to let an outsider dig it up.
Hell no.
What was the Dogon doing when they was digging these graves up, sitting back saying, man, that's messed up. What was going on? You're slow. So check this out. It ain't no grave diggers, bro. It's paleontology. Them people would have died before they let someone dig up their ancestral graves. So if that was true, again, why would the Dogon hide it? And you try to say, well, they're steeped in religion. Religion don't allow you to make predictions about the stars that the Dogon was making. That's science. Right. So when the white man do it, it's science. But when the Dogon do it, it's religious. Man, you a slow kind of coon, ain't you? Watch this, right? You trying to talk about my first round performance when you spent your joint dancing and playing corny music. But you say I didn't show sources. I did show them, and I'm going to show them again, and you need to pay attention this time so you can understand what I'm about to say here. You see, hold on. This is the wrong. Oh, pause my time. Pause my time real quick. Got a tech issue here.
Okay. You're showing us fossils on the screen right now.
Yeah, that ain't what I'm trying to show. Let me stop that. Let's pause that. Oh, this is what I'm trying to show, Ankh.
Okay,
right,
time resume.
Time resume. So, okay, so Ankh, right here. What you need to know, Ankh, is that, let me move that. These are what they found for Java Man. That's a tooth, a femur bone, and a skull. These was found in different locations at different times. They just put these 3 pieces together and they turned it into this image here. Now you call it, watch me make it come alive. Let me make it come alive. That ain't science. That's you interpreting something from 3 bones. If somebody find an ass bone, a leg bone, and a cheekbone, they can't just say, well, that's Sanchez. Let me make it come alive. Let me make it come alive. Wait for it. See, look at the magic. Man, that is called computer animations. That don't turn these 3 bones into what you saying. That's someone's interpretation, not a fact. And that ain't even a whole skull, bro. It's a piece of a skull. It ain't even 25% of the skull. How you get an identity from that? And then not to mention these 3 pieces ain't even of the same human, y'all. Now, let me break something else down. He said he was going to show fossils, but he didn't, y'all. If you pay attention, I'm the only one showing fossils, y'all.
Right.
I'm showing real fossils. He not. He's showing reinterpretations and computer animations.
Yep.
Now, let me deal with something else, Mr. Make it come alive. Watch it come alive. Right? Dude, you need to realize that you can't make these 3 bones come alive. They dead. That computer ain't going to resurrect and make your idea right, dog. So just think about that. He said a Dogon wasn't digging up bones, but the Dogon got some of the longest intricate cave systems in the world, what the Pygmy do too. They never found none of their monkey ancestors, bro. You got diamond mines in Africa that go deep into the earth. Why these people never stumble across their own ancestors? They stay digging in the ground all day. None of these diamond mines, they did a nickel a day for these diamonds. They never finding their ancestral bones, man. Not even in South America with all them cartel tunnels that go underground. Them people been digging underground for eons and they never found one homo bone. But the white guy know exactly where to dig up to find it every time.
Exactly, bro. Oh, man, he is murdering Unc with this, bro. Oh, my goodness. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Man.
He never finding his own ancestors. You a special kind of slow, Unc. You gonna quit playing with me, dog. Now watch this, y'all. Unc did exactly what I told you he was gonna do. He fell into my trap because he's slow, y'all. He's not a chess player. He don't realize I was giving him rope to hang himself. How did I do that? He just conceded that the original model was wrong, y'all. Because what he shared was he showed mixing, he showed multiple waves coming out, and he said, see, that's what I did. And I just wanted him to double down that he's gonna defend this version of the out of Africa theory so that he can realize that the original concept was wrong. It was wrong. If you say that was one single movement out of Africa, then later you say, well, we was wrong, we revised it to this. Right? Then you was wrong, man. That's all it was. And you conceded that the original version was wrong. That's all I was saying. And another thing you need to realize is that, well, I'm gonna shift and go here real quick, y'all, because we got one more round left. And Unc don't want to go here yet, but I'm gonna go here right now. I'm gonna go here right now because Unc, this is what the whole debate is about. Is this statue a human or a monkey? And I don't know why Unc don't want to go here yet. What he waiting on? Because this is really what the whole debate is about. And he was just bringing up Java Man when we supposed to be bringing up El Negro. So we're not here to prove Java Man, even though I just proved you can't turn Java Man into a person. With just 3 bones, man. How do you think you're gonna do that, bro? Like you come up with a whole identity, right? With just a teeth, a femur, and a little piece of a skull, and you say, well, watch it come to life, y'all. Watch my chia pet grow type ish. Like what the world? Bro, that is computer animation. I can have my computer reinterpreted another way in another animation. You can't be that slow. So let me get on topic on what the debate is about so we don't waste people money. Because this is even what the thumbnail is on. And it's a shame that I got to get us on topic. What is Unc scared of? Unc know he can't prove this a monkey, y'all. Look at this statue. You sharing right now, Nepal? Unc won't want to kick the can with this.
Yes, we are. Yep.
We
And
not
you're
gonna,
at 8 minutes.
Oh, I got a lot of time now, Unc. I got 8 minutes.
4 more minutes. 4 minutes.
So 4 minutes, Unc. Check this out, Unc. I know you want to keep talking about the out of Africa theory, right? I know you do. But guess what the debate is about? Is El Negro a monkey or a man? Unc thought I forgot that. See, it ain't but one round left, Unc. When are we ever going to talk about what the debate is about? And I'm proving to everybody why one Unc beat me to this. It's his a debate. He's supposed to be saying, Sanchez, let's get on topic, man. You running from this El Negro debate. How did we spend 2 rounds not dealing with the meat of what we all here for, folks? I'm going to answer it. Because Unc know god doggone well he's not finna prove to us black folks that what we looking at right now on my screen is a monkey, folks. You got to be slow if you think of that, because this is a trait that's common in black people. It's called an editor monster. Look at it.
Oh, we
used to joke on people with this in school. If you're a black person who know about this, let me know.
That's fine.
Yeah, we used to joke on people with that editor monster. That's what we call it.
Eddie
Show
monster.
me the monkey with an editor monster, dude. Right? And not only that, show me a monkey with a barber that damn good, because he got that brother's fade looking better than Boosie's. Real talk, Unc. Now you show me a monkey with a high top fade with an editor monster, then you got me. So y'all check this out. Unc didn't come here today to debate me. He came to stall me because I think he realized, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be hard for me to prove that this is a monkey and not a black man. Why? You see what I'm saying? And why is Unc so bent up on proving that this statue is a monkey when he just admitted at the very beginning of the debate that we don't come from monkeys? It's
2 minutes left.
It's chimpanzees. So why would he even have the titled that way, that monkey or man? Because he just lost the debate with that title, folks. And y'all know I'm not lying. You got to be fair. Science don't say that we're monkeys. They say that we're us and the chimp share a common ancestor. So when you say monkey or man, you ain't even saying what science say, you pseudo.
Oh,
you see how that work, you pseudo? Because science don't say we monkeys, pseudo. You ain't talking no science, you darn pseudo. Nobody, no monkey. It said we chimps. So if you thought that we were chimps, why would you ask a dumb question like, is this statue a monkey or a man versus is it a descendant of a chimpanzee or a man? You know why? You got what I call monkey mania, son. Because when you was a little bitty boy, your favorite toy in the playground was the monkey ball. And we know that your favorite bread is monkey bread, son. You have been diagnosed with monkey mania, and you don't want to tell nobody, son. You got monkey mania. You're monkey maniac is what you are, son, because you know darn well science say chimps are not monkeys, but it's something about that monkey, right? That just do something to Unc. He want to find a monkey. He want to make this a monkey. Now you're going to argue for the rest of the debate that this is a monkey, Unc, and you can't switch it to a chimp now because you already put that in the title and the debate. And you got to go the rest of the debate being wrong because science don't say nothing about a monkey. That's a chess move, dude. Learn how to play chess. Maybe you can beat me. I have so many checkmates set up before I even agree with a debate. I have me 3, 4, 5 ways that I know I'm going to win anyway, right? That I know you can't get around. Now, go lick them wounds for sure. Let's go.
Thank you. Wow, this is a great debate. Thank you for everybody. I'm so glad you're here in the audience. That was a strong second round for both debaters. We're going straight into the third round now. Again, another 12 minutes.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I want to watch. This was Bro Sanchez reaction to the debate. Unless y'all want to go watch the debate in its entirety. But to me, he already done demolished him. He's Ankh is a done deal. These Pan Africans, bro, that shit, Pan Africanism is dead. So I done there's recently seen 2 videos of 2 different people giving Ankh the business. Talking about he a pseudo killer. Kill yourself, Ankh. This JB reacts. Yes, this JB reacts. I'll be back with another one. Peace.